Hello, my dear watchers, and welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. I hope your day is buzzing with light and a little curiosity, because today we are stepping into a chapter that has had the entire fandom whispering, guessing, and hitting refresh on every gossip page out there. We're opening the curtain on a romance that looked like it leapt straight from the screen into real life, and yet, behind that glow, there's a twist that upends everything you thought you knew. Our focus today is the so-called breakup of Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda, and yes, I can already feel your pulse quickening, because the story behind this supposed separation is not what the headlines led you to believe. It's quieter, sharper, and absolutely worth your attention. Before we plunge into the heart of it, a gentle reminder, if you're new here or you keep visiting without subscribing, now's the moment to tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Turkish Spotlight Secrets is your safe haven for the most compelling, emotionally charged stories from the entertainment world, told with the nuance they deserve. Your support keeps this community thriving, and we never take it for granted. Now, take a breath, because we're going right for the core of the tale, to the very place where fiction, fame, and longing start to blur. Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda. Two names that echo across sets, premieres, and comment sections, not just in Turkey, but in fan communities around the globe. They commanded the screen in the acclaimed series Kara Para Aşk, known in many countries as Love and Money, and what they delivered was not merely a performance. It felt like lightning hitting the same spot twice. As Homer Demir and Elif Deniz, they played a love so intense and so shrouded in danger and destiny that audiences surrendered to it. The gazes that lingered, the breaths caught between lines, the gestures that read like paragraphs, all of it conspired to convince millions that this was not just a scripted connection, but a pulse that could keep beating once the cameras cut. Is it any wonder that fans started to will that spark into reality? Magazines stitched speculative covers from a single photo. A smile shared at a festival became a thesis on hidden affection. A laugh during a press conference became Exhibit A in a courtroom of hope. Social feeds spun theories at all hours, and comment threads became the world's loudest wish for a dream they hoped was true, that Gökberk and Cemre were not only the perfect couple on screen, but a secret romance in real life, too. But here's the part where real life asserts itself, not cruelly, but with a quiet insistence on truth. For months, the absence of an official status only fueled the bonfire. Every joint appearance was examined as if it were a crime scene. The briefest glance, a hand on a shoulder, a private joke caught by a microphone, every fragment became a clue in a case the public was determined to solve. Yet, the closer you looked, the more a different picture began to take shape. Those who worked beside them, who watched their discipline between takes and their ease on set, described something steady and uncomplicated. Two professionals who admired each other's craft, who shared a creative rhythm, and who knew how to ignite a scene without losing themselves in it. Over time, with calm statements and firm boundaries, a clear message emerged. What fans took for an unfolding love story was, in truth, a dynamic built on respect, timing, and extraordinary talent. Their bond was real, just not the kind so many wanted it to be. And yet, the plot twist is not a scandal. It's the simplest explanation in a world that often rejects simplicity. Gökberk Yıldırım is famously private, a man who guards the edges of his personal life the way others guard their leading roles. He has always let the work speak, keeping his heart off the record. Cemre Arda, in her own lane, is intensely focused on her craft and protective of her inner circle. The spotlight is where she performs, not where she lives. Together, these priorities never quite matched the script that tabloids hoped to write: loud gestures, undeniable confirmations, an arc designed to satisfy the public appetite. So when people talk about the breakup of Gökberk and Cemre, it's important to admit what that phrase hides: you cannot end a romance that never began. What unraveled was not a relationship, but a collective wish. The separation was from a mirage. For many, it stings because it means letting go of a version of the story where the fairy tale exists beyond the dolly tracks and the editing suite. But this truth is not a defeat, it's a testament to their craft. The love you felt while watching Homer Demir and Elif Danays was born from two artists who know precisely how to breathe life into a script and make it look like it was captured rather than constructed. What does that leave us with? Something surprisingly beautiful. We can admire their work without needing to possess their private lives. We can celebrate their on-screen electricity while respecting that off-screen, they walk separate paths intertwined by professional respect and a genuine, easy friendship. That friendship, the steady conversations between scenes, the trust in difficult moments, the way they protect each other's space in interviews, is rare in a field that feasts on oversharing. It deserves to be celebrated on its own terms. And think about the landscape they navigate, a culture of relentless eyes, where a stray glance becomes a headline and silence is treated like an admission. In that climate, maintaining a platonic bond without exploiting it for clout is almost rebellious. It says, we know who we are, and we choose what to share. Their refusal to perform a romance for the public might not satisfy the gossip machine, but it affirms something far more meaningful about boundaries and integrity. If you were expecting heartbreak, tearful confrontations, or cryptic posts feeding the fire, you won't find those here. The revelation is quieter. It asks us to separate the magnetic fiction of Kara Para ask from the private realities of the people who made that fiction feel alive. The heat you felt between Homer Demir and Elif Danays was true in the way the best art is true, it mirrored longing and devotion so precisely that it made you believe. But it was born from rehearsal and instinct, not from an off-screen love affair. This is where we, as viewers, come in. We love to blur the line because it makes the experience richer. It's natural to want the afterglow of a perfect scene to follow the actors home. There is no shame in having wished for it. That wish is part of the joy of watching performers as skilled as Gökberk and Cemre. But remember what that wish is built on. Their ability to evoke, to suggest, to tempt you into seeing what isn't there. The ache and the chemistry were painstakingly built, moment by two professionals at the top of their game. Maybe the most surprising part is that there's no tragedy here at all. No bitter finale, no secret quarrel, no buried confession. There is only the serene truth of two artists who met in the work, raised each other's performances, and then stepped back into their lives with respect and tact. They gave us a romance that belongs to the screen, and that is not a lesser gift. It is, in a way, even more generous. It means the spell can be revisited any time you press play, unclouded by drama you were never meant to witness. Let this be a reminder that chemistry doesn't have to be romantic to be powerful. That admiration can be a bond, that friendship can be the engine that drives unforgettable scenes, and that privacy isn't a wall, it's a sanctuary that allows art to flourish. Watch how they speak of one another's work. Notice the way they deflect invasive questions without turning icy. That's elegance, earned through years of navigating the industry without letting it consume them. So, where do we land? We honor the magic for what it is. We keep the memories of those charged silences between Homer Demir and Elif Danays. We respect that Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda owe us performances, not their personal narratives. And we hold space for a kind of connection that may not be the fairy tale we hoped for, but remains profoundly meaningful. Two people who found a shared tempo on set and protected it with care. Now I want to hear from you. Did this revelation catch you off guard? Did you believe that Gökberk and Cemre were secretly together, or that they had been at some point, the way so many did? How do you feel seeing their on-screen electricity through this lens? As the product of impeccable craft, deep mutual trust, and an authentic friendship? Tell me everything in the comments. Your thoughts turn this channel into a conversation, not a monologue, and I read them all. If this changed your perspective or gave you clarity, please give it a like. Share it with friends who adore their work, especially those who still ship them in the comment sections at all hours. And if you haven't yet joined our growing family here at Turkish Spotlight Secrets, hit subscribe so you never miss a deep dive like this. In the next video, we'll return with more stories that peel back the gloss and reveal the heartbeat beneath the spotlight. Until then, stay curious, stay kind, and keep a little wonder in your pocket for the art that keeps surprising us.